All right, back with another one. Don't believe me, read it for yourself. We're on part 7 of this. I don't recommend doing it, but here's mine. In one word, the best idea of what the sting will be, you can imagine injection by means of deception, healthcare. Where was Revelation written? So I just want to ask baseline questions just to see what answers I'm going to get to understand them. I was like, where Satan dwells? Pergamum. Where? Turkey. Why? Throne. Worship. So the stopping point for anybody going to combat from the United States, Iraq, Afghanistan, you stop in Turkey on the way. So I asked, is that why there's a stopping point for the military going to war in Turkey where Satan's throne is? Worship? Yes. Truth answer? Yes. Göbekli Tepe, this is one of the things that piqued my interest and why archaeologists were deceiving people about what actually is there. Because if you look at that, they had remains there. They started to plant trees on top of that, and you don't have to be an archaeologist to know that trees on top of buildings is going to destroy them. So why would they want to destroy these things that are very old? And then I asked some pointed questions so you can see probably why they would want to destroy the remains at Göbekli Tepe. And they've kind of doubled down and said that they're not going to dig for another 50 years to preserve it. So what is it for? What is it to? Temples. Question for entities. Then I sidetracked. Mainstream Christian music created by the serpent? Sometimes. Which? Commercial. Went to the Ricat structure. If you don't know what that is, you can look that up. It's concentric circles in Northwest Africa that extremely large concentric circles. So, what is it? It says Atlantis. Could be a theory. It's debated. Best idea possible. Went back to the examples of commercial bands that possibly are ran by the serpent, and you can see some of these. A lot of these, a lot of them you can already know, like Hillsong Elevation. They have completely false gospels that they teach. Lauren Daigle, thinks that Mormons are real Christians. She doesn't even really know what she's talking about the majority of the time, but those songs are pretty catchy. So I asked for some underground examples. I'd never heard of any of these. Again, I'm a brand new Christian of 2023, so I wasn't familiar with a lot of Christian music, anyways. But I've listened to some of these since, and it talks. They either are direct psalms or they preach about repentance and things like that. So they stay away from 501c's restraints. They talk about words repentance, and they come from small churches. So I go back to Göbekli Tepe asking, what they are. Says temple for entities. So again, trying to gauge some answers. So I ask some general questions about specific verses. Again, pray for discernment. Is geoengineering used to get pharmacia to the population? Yes.